welcome to one other live interview here. Of course, I'm interviewing one other legend who I met last year in Vegas with her family, a hubby, and a cute little child. And she is now nailing in her business. Actually, like I'm going to call her and I'm going to ask her some couple of questions as well. And she's going to introduce herself. I'm telling you guys, she is one of the legend in our business, of course, and going to invite now. So just wait. Hello, Caitlyn. Welcome here. So, how are you going?
Hello, Maddie. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm doing wonderful.
Beautiful,
Um,
beautiful. Thank you. So, first of all, thank you so much for being here, and thanks for giving your precious time because you are having a small kid, and of course, thank you so much. That based on the chat, we said that your husband is looking for after your child, and thank you so much for your hubby too. So, yeah. So, how is life?
Absolutely. Life has been amazing. It's been a big transition for us over the last 8 months. We moved
Wow.
across the country, and
Mm,
but
mm.
life is just continuing to just evolve and grow and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
living the dream. That's just keeps what comes up for me. So yeah, I'm
So,
really grateful to have the
yeah.
life that we live for
That's
sure.
that's amazing. That's amazing. So in that case, guys, in that case, Caitlyn, like, of course, for our followers, for my followers, you are the new person, and you are living on the other side of the world. We met, I think, in Vegas nearly almost less than a year before. So
Yep.
it was so sweet and so cool. Even though it's a short session, we had a great time. So like, tell us, like, what is your life was before? Of course, I'm like, tell us, like, what was your life was before and how it is now, so we'll
Yeah.
go from there. So tell about your backstory. That's it. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, I grew up in Michigan, where I'm at now, and I grew up in a family of 9 to 5ers and hard workers. And
Mm,
my dad and my mom worked really hard, and they told me, grow up and go to school, get a good job, get a good degree, and then climb the
yeah.
corporate ladder and save your money. And that's just what I thought success looked like, right? So
Mm,
I went to business school here in Michigan State University and landed a really nice first time job at a resort out in Maui, Hawaii. Um, and I thought I made it. I thought, oh my God, this is awesome. And probably I would say like 3, 4 years into my career, um, I realized that I was working really hard for really little. And, in my first year in Maui, I met my now husband,
mm,
partner, father of my child, and we of course we fell in love, and we're like, man, we're working really hard, how are we gonna ever have a family or travel the world? And we just kept doing what we knew how to do, right? Like work and save. And
mm, mm,
um there came a time when I just felt like I was working really hard for really little, and I knew
mm,
deep down in my heart that I was always meant for something more, and I didn't really
mm,
know what that was, and I
mm,
wanted to make
mm,
a bigger impact on the world and the people around me, but I had no idea how to make that happen
mm,
with the money and the very little time that I had working in my corporate job.
mm,
Really, I didn't. I would work, 5, 6 days a week. I would go home, and I barely had time to even take care of myself. I was doing errands and paying bills and cleaning the house on my 2 days off. And then say Sunday rolled around, I barely had time to rest. And then Monday, it was time to just do it all over again. And so it was a constant cycle that I felt really stuck in at a young age in my early 20s.
mm,
And I guess, at some of it, I kind of just blamed on being in the tourism industry in Hawaii. And, but I quickly realized that it wasn't just the area that I was in, it was everywhere, and there needed to be a shift that happened. And I didn't really know what that looked like. Um, and then the pandemic hit, right? And
mm,
um, actually, backtrack before the pandemic actually hit, 2 months before the pandemic hit, I started in a lower ticket network marketing company, kind of dabbling, looking into opportunities, trying to really figure out what that like gateway out of corporate was going to look like for me. Um, and so I got my feet wet into just network marketing in itself and really what being your own boss and entrepreneur looked like.
Mm,
And I would say the middle to end of 2020, so it was like smack dab in the middle of the pandemic, I was introduced to Kangen Water and
wow, wow.
got affiliated right away just for the
I'm
health
going
benefits of the
Caitlin, I'm
water,
going to stop
really.
you here. I'm going to stop here
Yeah, go
because I would
ahead.
like to dig furthermore. Because one thing really stuck me when you said right from the beginning, you said that you are been to the business school, right?
Yeah,
You have been to the business school because I just correct me if I'm wrong. Because I'm not sure like why people are so confused. Of course, in fact, it happened in your life too. So just tell about yourself. You have been to business school to do your job.
yeah,
So how does it sync? I couldn't
yeah,
understand that, you know. So if
yep,
you're going to be going for a medical college and medical university, you can be a doctor. But going to your business school and then going for a job,
yeah.
it doesn't
And
sync
I thought
to
that's
me.
just what I thought that just was the way of, like, success,
Mm,
right? And I was just supposed to work my way up the ladder, and,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah. That
I
that's a
I
that's the
didn't really
thing.
know any different, to be honest
People
with
has to
you.
really wake up here. Who are doing masters of MBA, what is that? Masters of Business Administration, blah blah blah. They are getting taught. They are being taught by the person who is working as a job there.
Yeah,
So you
yeah,
are learning from the person who is in a job, learning a
uh-huh.
business and working as a job here, right?
Yeah, and it keeps you stuck, right? Like, it's a never-ending cycle. You get college debt, right? And then you graduate from college, you go out into the real world, get a real job, a salaried job, and that doesn't even scratch the surface of, like, paying bills and
Mm,
inflation and groceries and the whole 9 yards, right? And then on top of that, you still have student loan debt from the last 4 years of being in university,
doing a
and
business university.
yeah, exactly. So it's just like so convoluted. Makes no sense whatsoever.
Oh my,
Um,
oh my
yeah,
goodness.
so
So in that
that's
case,
a
like
big shift for me. 2020 was a huge shift for me.
how long you have been in the job like that? Because you have worked for 5 to 6 days a week,
Yeah.
and so how long you have been in the job like that? How many years?
I was in the hospitality industry for 10 years. I worked my butt off through college. And even before college, I was in, ever since I was 16. That's like the legal age to work here in the United
Mm,
States.
mm, mm, mm,
And I worked at a restaurant. I was a hostess, and then I was, waitress, and just kind of worked my way around the restaurant. And that's where I got the itch for hospitality, really kind
mm,
of like the
mm,
I really love just taking care of people, and
mm, mm,
um, I just felt like connected with events. I always loved events, and so that's kind of what led me into the event industry back in Maui.
mm.
And yeah, I mean, it just was a whole thing, and I was in the industry for 10 years, and
Wow.
I still enjoy, like, obviously, like, entertaining and having people over my house and the event aspect of it,
Mm,
but
mm,
never again will I work in a corporate setting.
mm,
Obviously
mm,
for
mm,
obvious
mm.
reasons, but
But
yeah.
at the same time, I really appreciate, not only appreciate, of course. So it's so great. Not many people do that. That you, once after you started realizing that is not the way your life supposed to be, then you started venturing right from the pandemic situation into the
Yeah.
network marketing and into the low ticket space, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now you moved on from the low ticket marketing to the high ticket marketing. So what made you to realize that low ticket is not the way to go,
Mhm.
whereas high ticket is the way to go? What is because there are many people who are still stuck into the low ticket network marketing, thinking that is what is life is all about. Even
Yeah.
though, irrespective of whether they like or dislike the product they are promoting, but they're still stuck on, oh, that is what the life is all about. So what made you to realize, not the low ticket, now I'm going to move on to high ticket? What made you to realize that?
Yeah, I started my low ticket network marketing company actually 2 months before the pandemic hit in the US.
Mm,
And I once March hit and like the pandemic hit, I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like I have a, a side hustle, or now it's
Mm,
going to turn into like a full-time hustle because, I got laid off. Everyone in the hospitality industry in Maui got laid off. And so I
mm,
was like, I have
mm,
to go full force with this full time.
mm, mm.
And I burnt out. Like I burned out because it's low ticket. So I found myself hustling for $50 a
Wow.
whatever a product, and I was like spamming friends and family and just plastering all of these photos on social media. And one of the things that really turned me off, once I found high ticket network marketing, one of the things that really turned me off about low ticket is every month you start from scratch. So like you literally have to work your way up every single month, and then a new month comes and your slate is cleaned again. So no
Mm.
matter what rank you're at, once the new month hits, you're at ground zero.
Oh my
And for
goodness.
me, that was just like I was burnt out. I was constantly on my phone. I was constantly sending these pushy, salesy messages. Just didn't really align with me. Of course, the product is something that I just like, of course, I used in my everyday life. But the business model didn't align with me. I felt like I was,
Mm,
like I said, hustling for $50 a product. And I was like, is this really going to give me financial freedom? This is not giving me time freedom. It's not giving me financial freedom. And so, of course, I was really expanding in the health and wellness
mm,
space during
mm,
that
mm.
time. I was introduced to the water, Kangen water, and
Yeah,
I bought
yeah.
my machine and I'm drinking the water. And my
Mm,
friend goes, hey, I know you're really, gun ho about she mentioned my low ticket company. And she goes, but I really want you to take a look at this compensation plan. And I
mm.
watched it and I couldn't unsee what I saw. I was
That's right.
like,
I'm going to
"Oh
stop you here
my
again.
god."
Wow, that's the most amazing thing, right? Because in the low ticket
Yeah,
network marketing for $50, you have to hustle a lot. Maybe you have
yeah,
to call for nearly get under 100 people to get only around $5,000.
mhm.
So
Yeah, it just
the
made
moment
sense
you have
for
seen the
me.
compensation plan, how was it?
I mean, I couldn't unsee what I saw. Like, it literally
Mm,
just made sense for me to, like I was like, "What was I doing?" Like, I was wasting my time, and, like, the thing was, like, it was, like it just made sense. Like
mm,
the whole starting from ground zero every month just like didn't make sense to me. And once I learned that a Enagic didn't have that, and you don't have to buy into these subscriptions, and it just was a lot of like differences. There were a
yeah,
lot of differences that were really attractive to me. And I think a lot of people that are looking into businesses like this don't really understand the differences
mm,
until they take the time to
yep,
look into it.
yep.
Everyone kind of just categorizes it as like, oh, they're all the same. Oh, they're all MLM. Oh, they're all
Ah,
network marketing. And that is not true.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so I
yeah.
encourage you, if you're looking into a business model to do, have as a second stream of income, or even replace your full-time income, really take a peek at this business opportunity, because it is completely different than any other business out there. This is a Japanese patented compensation plan.
Exactly, exactly. That's why, like those who are viewing it, guys. So you must understand how far this business that we are in is different, because there is no D-leveling, there's no D-ranking as such, which is
Yeah,
available in low ticket network marketing. So here it is completely different. That is why no wonder it is patented, right?
yeah. Yeah, and
Mhm.
like for me, one of the biggest dreams that I've always had and I will continue to have until the day I die is to like travel and
Mm.
experience the world. I want to see every single part of this world. And
With the
if I
family.
was in yeah, with my family, right?
Mm, mm,
And if I was still in my low ticket network marketing company, with the past year that I had, right? So I had a very, like, I don't want to say traumatic, but very transitional period of my life over the last 8 months. In my low ticket network marketing company, I would have made $0. I literally would have
mm,
made no money because I wasn't really always on my phone. I had
Mm,
other things that I was dealing with, and I had other things that needed to be moving along, right?
mm,
But in
mm.
my high ticket network marketing company and on our business, right, Maddie?
Yeah.
I made money throughout the
Mm,
last 8 months, no matter if I was on my phone or not, because my business is running on automation and
exactly.
we have a patented compensation plan.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
was able to take some time off, regroup, pour into my cup and pour into my family, be present
That's the
with
most
this whole
important thing, right?
transition.
Being present with
Yeah,
the
be
family.
present
Yeah.
with this whole transition that we were going through and still be able to provide for my team and for my family and
Wow.
and really just know that like I'm never losing my spot in this business. And that
Amazing.
is so invaluable for me because
Mm,
I
mm.
look at some of my friends that are still in that low ticket network marketing company and they had the same year that I did. The same tragic event happened to them and they have completely lost their entire business. And I don't say that to be mean, but it's like there's a huge difference,
Yep.
right? It's like
Exactly.
it's just kind of where you choose to intentionally put your time and
Mm, mm.
energy.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also like being there in the low ticket network space in MLM, you have to always stand behind the product. The product is
Yeah,
always coming up front, and you have to promote the product. But being here in the high ticket space and affiliate marketing, whereas the product, of course, is so vital and so important. Being if your person understands the health and wellness, is the so vital for the life. It is going to change not only the person but also the whole family. But here,
absolutely.
don't stand behind the product. How
Yeah.
beautiful it is, right? It's a different.
Yep.
Mm,
Yeah, it's a total 360-degree difference, night and day, and it's a beautiful difference. And I'm just grateful that we
mm.
both found high ticket affiliate business, and we are both in the same business and thriving. And
Mm.
yeah, it's been a great journey so far.
That's amazing. You mentioned the difference, completely a vast difference between who we are before to who we are now, and also you mentioned about the low ticket network marketing space to the high ticket affiliate marketing space, and you have given a beautiful difference between those. And also, how was your life before hustling to how
Yeah,
you're thriving, being present with the family? That's the most important thing where many of the people miss nowadays, being
yeah.
present with the family. So in that case, you used to work 5 to 6 days a week, including the Saturdays, probably 1 or 2 days
Oh my
half.
gosh, yeah. Holidays, all the whole nine yards. And Um, I
Mm,
just had our son, he'll be 2 in July. He
mm.
turned 1 actually the in July when I met you.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and it's crazy to me to even think if I had to work and raise him because I
Mm,
have been home with him the entire time
wow,
since he was born. And
beautiful.
obviously, I've been running this business in the pockets of my free time and in nap time and I wouldn't have I wouldn't have traded it for the world, you know?
I just
I
want to ask you this one, like because you are having a business while you was born, is it right? As a new mom.
Yeah, I was already in the business for about a year and a half
Mm.
when he was born, yeah.
Guys, if you're watching as a new mom, of course, this is the beautiful insight to you. So, how was your journey being a new mom with the business? How productive you were, and how you assigned your time being in this business?
You
If you,
know,
if you don't mind sharing here.
yeah, it was a transition for sure because I was already in the business before having him, so I had a
Mm.
lot of time to pour into myself and
Wow.
my self development, right? And before him, I'd wake up and journal and do all of these personal development tasks. And, now with him, obviously it's beautiful. We have our days to spend and do the
Wow.
things that we love to do.
Amazing.
But it's not always a set schedule for
Yeah.
work. And you have to give yourself some grace for that. There's always going to be ups and downs.
Yep.
You might have to have some cancellations.
Exactly.
I've really been the last 4 or 5 months, I've really been strategic on waking up early
Mm.
before him and just trying to really get things done here and there in the pockets of
Wow.
my time being intentional with like those quick
Mm,
moments when you pick up your phone and want to like shoot off a message to someone. That's a really big advice I could give you, is just being intentional with your time on your phone and on social media, and using your time wisely. Outsourcing, I'm in the process of outsourcing a few of my tasks to just buy back my time.
mm, mm.
But it's a journey. It's always a
Exactly.
ever evolving and learning what works and what doesn't work. And just give yourself grace. I'm not going to lie, I'm not 100% where I want to be in my business right now,
Yet.
because I have big expectations for myself.
Mm,
But I have to realize I've done so much already, and I
wow.
am doing so much with him. I'm already 1,000 steps ahead of the game, because 4
Beautiful.
years ago, I was working my corporate job, and I'm just so grateful that I get to be home with him and
Wow. Wow.
to
Wow.
be just connecting with individuals like you around the world. So,
You are such a go-getter, Caitlin. Of course, I can see that how far you transition, and not only that, why I'm saying you're a go-getter, because sometimes people take it as an excuse of not finding time. But even with a newborn, like, you have found a small time pockets to optimize and furthermore maximize your time to put yourself to achieve the life that you're living now.
absolutely. Yeah,
Wow, you are
absolutely.
such a go-getter. Amazing.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. I'm so
And one
so
other
grateful
thing
to.
I wanted to say too, real quick, Maddie, is like leaning into automation. There's so much in this business where we can automate it, and
Mm,
so much of this business is already done for us. We have all the tools. We just
mm,
have to use them, right? And so a lot of times women want to be really creative and tap into our creative side, and you really have to balance your feminine and masculine if you want to move the needle forward in your business. So you can spend 6 hours creating this beautiful social media graphic, and it's beautiful and it's going to look great on your Instagram, but you might have just spent all night creating it, and then you have to be up at 6 in the morning with your baby. So you have to kind of pick and choose what you're going to do, and be really intentional with your tasks and your actions, and lean into the automation. That's one biggest takeaway I can give some a
yeah,
piece of
yeah.
advice for.
That's right. Any business without an automation, it's another job, another
Yeah.
day.
Yep.
Automation
You
is
got
a
that
game
right.
changer. Automation is a game changer to leverage so that we can have a freedom. That means a time freedom to be present with the family.
Yep, exactly.
Wow, how amazing it is. And that's why, like, now you are living your life every single day with your family, with your 1 year old now. He's going to be 2 years old
Yeah,
now.
he's gonna be
He's going to
too. The time goes by so quickly, it's crazy.
and without missing the milestones with them, because, say for example, like, I was not with my son when I was growing up until he was 8 years old. I was
Wow.
hardly spend time with him, and yeah, he has grown up, blah blah, we can say that. But until now, I always say this, until now he don't speak to me by looking at my eyes. It's not his fault, it's my fault, because I didn't spend time with him. Of course, I can say I regret for it, but I realized it quickly in such a way when my second one born. That was, wow, why am I doing the same mistake again? That made me
Right,
to
right, right.
realize to jump onto the business.
Yeah. Life's too short. And, at the end, I was just thinking about this today. Like, at the end of our life, you really want to look back and be like, man, like, how did I spend my time here on earth? What was I doing? What
Mm,
impact was I leaving? And I don't know.
mm,
I was just putting the baby down to bed today, and I was just thinking about that. Like,
wow.
how do I really want to leave an impression or an impact, and how do I want them to think of me, right? My children, how do I want them to
Beautiful.
think of me as, and
Wow.
what I leave for them. So
What
it's
a
too short. Life goes by really quickly, and you just
exactly.
your time is invaluable.
Exactly. What a great realization. And also the fulfillment which comes alongside with it by being you, and also honestly and authentically helping others who are
Yeah.
having the same difficulty. That is a beautiful fulfillment which comes alongside the business, isn't it?
Thank you. Thank you.
That's amazing. So thank you so much for sharing. And one thing I would like to ask you, like, okay, you have seen the journey, which is like, of course, there are ups and downs and setbacks, and of course, I had a difficulty, and you have been constantly showing up for yourself, for your family, and living this kind of life, and you have seen the progress in your life this gradually. So now, how you are seeing yourself if you keep doing this and more? Of course, you are having a team now. How you where you are seeing yourself in another 5 or 10 years time? Talk about your vision.
Where do I see myself in 5 years' time? Oh, I love that question. So I see myself being able to bring in a fruitful, abundant income through this business, to be able to really impact on a larger scale.
Mm,
Um,
globally.
I We all do, right? But
Yeah.
I have a deep heart for just my family, and not I don't wanna see people struggle that I love, right? And I don't wanna see people work hard, for so little that I love, because
Mm,
like I said, time is so, so precious, and so, I really want to be able to just bring the people that I love close together, and having them not work so hard in life. I have my dad. He's a paraplegic. He's in a wheelchair. He's been in a wheelchair since he was 18, and he works his ass off. I'm sorry, excuse my language, but he works 50 hours a week
oh my
in
God.
the medical healthcare field. And he's almost 60 now. He's been in the wheelchair now since he was 18. And it just really puts it into perspective how that hustle culture, you just get so scared of not having enough money that you
Mm,
just have to continue working and working hard for so little in life, and you forget that we're not put on earth just to work,
wow.
like
Wow.
we're
You said
really
beautiful
not
thing.
put on earth just to work. And
Exactly.
so, yeah, I just want to be able to retire my dad, and have me and my husband home full time. Obviously, we're both home. He's doing a few side jobs here in Michigan right now, but I'm home full time and working on the business, obviously, and just traveling and helping where I can, and being able to bring in a big team of women and families that desire the same for themselves as well. So in
Okay.
5 years' time, I hope to have, I don't even know the number, 200, 300 powerful leaders under me, and in my community that are running for the things that they want, and just working really hard to create the life that they know that they deserve as well,
Hmm.
and know that it's attainable for them, because like I said, we aren't here on earth just to work. We are here to spend it with our children and the ones that we love, and fishing and swimming and camping and traveling and doing the things and having our family around at the dinner table. And those are just invaluable experiences in my eyes. And I just want to create more of those things, more of those experiences, I should say. I'm a very simple woman. It's not all about the designer cars and the designer bags and clothes. It's about, like, really just
Yeah.
more time, freedom, and more ability to help others around me.
Exactly. Exactly. How beautifully you said that. You want to create a massive impact. That's it.
Yeah,
And of course, anything of goodness takes time. And you are in the
absolutely.
right time now. Of course, it's going to be a hockey stick too, because in another 5 years, it's going to be massively blowing up. Definitely, I can see that, because in the last 8 months, you have seen the momentum in your business too. So you're bringing great women and the people inside your team, and it's happening now, and it's going to massively
It
happen.
is.
Well,
Yeah.
you touched
I'm
on
on
one important
fire,
thing.
so
Yeah, you touched on one important thing, that we are born in this earth not to just work.
yeah,
Wow. And why you always say that we are not here living to work. We are just working to live.
yeah.
So live the
It's true
life.
though. It's
Mm,
true. We weren't put our creator, whatever creator you believe in, or whatever spirit, or
mm, mm,
whatever your belief is in how we got here. on this earth, it's like we weren't here to just wake up and work and run off to work. And there are people out there that are really happy in their 9 to 5 job, and I think that's great if you are happy. But I know there are 1,000% more people out there that are feeling stuck and stagnant and
Yep.
unhappy in their 9 to 5,
Yep.
and they feel like that's the only way
Yep.
that you know they know how. And
Exactly.
it's
Ex-
it's not,
It's
and
not. Yes.
it's sad because in some aspects they're going to work for the rest of their lives and work a lot, right? Work five days a week for the rest of their life, and to not have that sense
Mm,
of life and
mm.
enjoyment and
Yep.
energy inside, burning inside them for
Mm,
something more than just
mm,
working
mm.
for somebody else.
Wow. 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 You touched so many important things here. Really, it's huge to take it in, and also, wow, that's thank you so much for sharing all these things. I don't want to take much of your time, but at the same time,
No,
like you
yeah,
are sharing so much
absolutely.
powerful insight. So those who are following this, those who are listening to this, definitely it is not only to trigger, but also it will activate them to see the other side of life, to live every single day by being
Yeah.
present with the family.
Mhm.
That's what we are here for. That's what we have been put up in this earth, isn't it?
Yeah.
So just one final question I would like to ask you, which I always ask to everyone. What you want to say to people who are still having that kind of fear and the self doubt, whether I can do it or not, I'm not sure whether I can do it, and they're still sitting in the fence doubting themselves or doubting these things because they haven't gone through all these things. They have
Yeah.
no don't know they don't have any idea on the other side of what they are doing. So what do you want to say to them?
One of the biggest things that I can say to you is start before you are ready. Start
Whoa.
before you're ready and follow the people who
Hmm.
have what you desire in life. Don't listen to the people who don't have what you desire in life, because oftentimes when we seek out different opportunities or different um, big drastic lifestyle changes like this, you're going to get a lot of pushback from your friends, your family, the people that are very, very close to you. And I encourage you to not listen to them, because 9 times out of 10, they are not living the life that you desire. So
Hmm.
listen to the people that have what you desire. Success leaves clues. So follow in the footsteps of the people that have what you desire. This business model is very, very simple. It's 80% mindset and 20% operations,
Yep.
whatever you want to will call the operations, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
so that 80% is all in your head, and you have all the tools inside your head and your heart to make this successful. It's all up to you. So like I said, my biggest thing is start before you are ready. Really do it. Like, start before you are ready, because time goes by quickly and life moves fast. And so, the next thing you know, you'll probably be 5 years down the road, be like, man, I wish I started that business that Caitlyn or Maddi told me about 5 years ago. And they're living their dream life, traveling the world and being really present with their family and
Yeah.
helping
Yeah.
people and leaving an impact, and you're feeling stuck 5 years down the road at your corporate job, and you're only getting a 3% raise and 2 weeks off in vacation, and you're like, oh my god, like
What do
freaking
you?
out because your life is moving quickly.
Yeah.
And start before you're ready,
Wow.
because
Wow.
life goes by fast.
Exactly. And life is once. It's just only one drive. you know,
Yeah, you only get one
time
shot
just
at this. Make it happen.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
And anything of goodness takes time. But even then, instead of being stuck in 5 years, step in before you're ready and get the momentum from there. That's it. Yeah.
Absolutely. And there's always going to be ups and downs in this business. Never give up on a bad day. And like I said, just follow in the footsteps of people who have what you desire. It's a learning process and it's
Exactly.
mostly in your head and you're going to evolve. So, as you're evolving personally, your business is evolving as well. Um,
Exactly. Beautiful.
just keep
Beautiful.
working on yourself and you're going to go far.
Exactly. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Caitlin. Wow. That's amazing. That's I mean, you put up so many things, a very like I would say like we put up so many things in a very concise and also as like so much of insight to it, just provoking. Wow, this is real. So
Yep,
thank you so
it's
much.
all.
And guys, if you're watching this and if you're resonating to either to Caitlin or to me, Maddie here, so feel free to
Thank you,
reach
Maddie.
and
I really
see,
appreciate it.
yeah, see what actually we are having to completely change your life, because you know why, without any exaggeration, I'm telling you, it has changed, it is changing our life and also Caitlin's life as well, like many of the people around the globe. So it's
Thousands around the globe.
yeah,
It's
yeah, if we
beautiful.
can do it, why not you? So in that case, feel free to reach either of us, so because we are here to succeed together. So thank you, Caitlin, thank you so much. And yeah,
Absolutely,
lovely.
Maddie.
Just
Take
a second.
care.
Yeah, just a
Thank you so
second.
much.
Bye bye.
Bye.